Hey, it's Katura, and here is the update for my design competition. It ended on the 5th, and I had several people enter, more than I thought would enter, so that worked out well. I started a group in the notice board, and people were able to enter on there. It was seriously so fun to see everybody's entries and see all the creativity, all the different ideas people came up with. It was like really awesome. I got to go to their spaces and check them out. I had top 20, the top 17 were from popularity, and then I picked 3 that I thought deserved to be in the top 20 out of all the ones that were left. If you want to join the group and you're an Ashwinder, Rougarou, or Thunderbird, just go to groups, look up KATSDESIGNCOMP, you'll find it, and then you can enter. And you'll be able to see when I post about the next one. What I take is the top 20 like I described just before, and out of the top 20 they get put into the wheel of names and somebody wins a Niffler pass, and it's just really fun. So for now, let's get into the top 20 from this competition. In our top spot is CYNA with 589 likes, and that's for a reason, because she is just incredible at her interior design for her personal spaces. Like, I've been to many of her spaces before and they're always just so magical, just full of stuff, full of different spaces, and she just did such a good job on this room. It is so good. I don't even know how she thinks of all these different areas, but she's just really talented. She has this bar area, she has a piano area coming up, and all these different sitting areas, and she just made a really magical feeling room. Just really well done, CYNA. In second place with 336 likes is Shanks, and he created like an airport waiting area that's just Christmassy and warm and cozy and magical, and he did such a good job. He created several different spaces. These windows looking extra large like this really does give you the feeling of being in the airport. He shared a lot of bouquets that his friends have made him that are just really lovely. I love the bouquet display. And he just did such a good job. It was such an interesting concept that I think turned out really well. Good job, Shanks. In third place with 299 likes was Poppy Button, and she created this really long, very Christmassy room. But first, when I went to her space, look at this staircase. This isn't her Christmas room, but I just wanted to share this staircase because it's absolutely incredible. Now that I've shared it, we can move back to her Christmas room right here. And I just love this room because it really just feels like Christmas. Like, you just want to be there with friends or family and cozy up to the fire and give presents to each other. There's so many presents everywhere. She just filled up under the trees and all around, and so many spaces with food. So it just really feels like an amazing gathering area, and I just love how it turned out. In fourth place with 198 likes is DECKDEBAWLS, but unfortunately he didn't have his space set up so I could take a video, but this was the entry and it really does look lovely. I wish I could have walked through it and seen it, but I can see why it got so many likes. It's really pretty. In fifth place with 174 likes is QueenBambino, and she created this really festive, like, feast area where you would go with your friends or your family and you guys are going to be feasting around the tables, and there's a fire and there's presents and there's just magic, and it just turned out really lovely. She made all these spaces. It's in one of the older rooms, so it's more round shaped, and she was able to fill the space really well, and I think she did a very good job with it. Next up in 6th place with 152 likes is Friday, and they created a Viking haul, which I think is so fun. Nobody else did this, and it was very unique and very Viking feeling. They did a good job getting that feeling for the feast hall, and I thought it was so cool and such a fun idea. I just love seeing everybody's unique ideas. Okay, so their Christmas tree wasn't decorated, so I decided to decorate for them really quick because I wanted to show how beautiful it is when it's decorated. So that's me decorating their tree. Now we can move on to looking at this very beautiful room with such a cool idea and just really well done. Good job, Friday. In 7th place with 127 likes was Owlette, and they created this really cold, wintry feeling area, and I think it turned out so well. I love all the white leaf carpets down to really make it feel like it's snowy and icy and cold. They have a lot of those beautiful blue roses. I wish I had more of them, but I don't take the time to make them, but I think it just turned out so well. They created this little pond area with a little swing by it, and it was just really creative. And where is this owl from? I don't have this owl. I'm really sad because it's actually really cute and blue and chunky, and I got distracted by the owl, so that's why I did a close-up. Let's get back to the room. She did such a good job. I just think it's really pretty. Good job, Owlette. He also has this whole other festive area where you would feast with your friends, and I think this area turned out really good too. Lots of cute sitting areas, and it just turned out really well. Next up in 8th place is Cerri with 121 likes, and she created an absolutely stunning space with so many areas and so many cute features. When I was looking at the tree, I saw those chairs up there, and I knew I was going to sit in it when I go up there, so you'll see me sitting in it later. But she just created such a magical feeling, so many different spaces, so many elements. I love her little box there with the display inside of it, as if like there's a play going on, because she did put chairs in front of it, and it's just everything turned out really good. She also has an area behind the trees that feels more white and icy, and there's the display box. It turned out so cute. I just love it. She just did such an amazing job. Everybody is just so talented. I'm just gonna say it again that I just love seeing all these spaces that people create. But good job, Cerri. The space is amazing. In ninth place with 118 likes is Pancake, and they created this really warm, cozy space that's multi-leveled and has all these different areas and cool concepts, and just it's really beautiful. And I think this turned out like a really great area. I love that it's on the beach, so it just feels like a cozy beach Christmas spot that you're going to go to. Lots of feasting and presents. I love this display that they made of the multi-layered snowflakes with their bouquets. You can see here, this is where I discovered that I can actually make myself invisible on the camera. I'm not sure why I didn't know that, but it made it a lot easier. So you'll see some videos where you can't see me and some videos where you can, and that's just because I discovered later that I can make myself invisible. But this is the upper area that they made with just some feasting, and I think it just turned out really well. In 10th place with 98 likes is Winter, and they had told me before they didn't have a lot of Christmassy things, so they tried creating a dark, wintry themed room where they trapped a Dementor, and it got a lot of likes, and I think it turned out really cool. And unfortunately I couldn't go there to space to tour it, so this is the picture that we have of it. In 11th place with 84 likes was Ludwigh, and this was the winner of the Random Niffler Pass, so congrats again, Ludwigh. They created this amazing space with all these different areas, and it's a lot to take in, so this video took a little while. I was really surprised they don't have as many likes in their space as I feel like they deserve for how well they decorate. So if you want to visit their space and give them a like, they have a lot of inspirational stuff that can really help with decorating, and I thought this just turned out so good. So many cool areas. I love the attic that you'll see later where you have the giant, prank items and candies. And then they also created the fireplace like I showed in my one video, the giant fireplace that you can sit inside. And there's so many cool areas. They just did an amazing job on this. Good job, Ludwigh. In 12th place with 67 likes is Sparkle, and she really lived up to her name because she created a very sparkly, beautiful area. The room feels like ice and so cold. This is one of the rooms that I wish I had. I don't have this wallpaper, but it works so good with a winter themed room, and she created this little feast hangout area, and then on the other side she has her sparkly ice area, and overall it just turned out so lovely and so nice. Good job, Sparkle. In 13th place with 54 likes is Alix, and they create this really warm, cozy winter area. I think this wallpaper worked really well because of the green. I didn't use this wallpaper in mine, but I think it was a really good idea to use it, so I thought this turned out so well. I really love the look. Everything feels magical, and they created this really awesome wintry space. I like the red roses too, because when you go up and look at those stairs are amazing. Everything's just really beautiful. Well done, Alix. Fourteenth place with 50 likes is Tinuviel, and they create this cave, like winter cave looking area, And it's just so icy. It's so bright that even the lighting was just bright. You can see how bright it is, but it turned out so good. It's just this awesome wintry feeling cave with a couple areas that you can go off of it, that you can go sit and get cozy by a fire. And overall, this space just turned out really amazing. I love how the cave stuff just goes right up to the ceiling and really makes you feel like you're immersed in this area. Really good job, Tinuviel. In 16th place with 46 likes is WAND-ERWOMAN, and she created this really big, cozy, Christmassy room that I thought turned out so fun. From this angle, it looks like the owl's on the tree, which now makes me kind of want to put an owl on my tree. I think I might do that. But you can see she created this whole area. She included the houses, and she made these cozy areas, and just really went with this darker, Christmassy theme. With the tree being that big, it really makes it feel like it's snowing inside. And it's super cool. You can see that cage up there. I discovered that she put a chair in that cage, and you know I'm gonna climb into that one. But this turned out so good, and I just love this space. Good job, WAND-ERWOMAN. In 16th place with 43 likes is MPOPCORN, and they created a really cool space that has a balcony, so you know I'm going to be going on that later in the video. They created this whole warm, cozy area. I just love it. I love the warmth that all this, you know, the wood color provides and the light. They have this bar area, and they just have so many cool areas. They really utilized this space well and just made some awesome stuff that's really inspirational. I absolutely love this sign, and I get a close-up of it later. You can see on the bottom left. But everything turned out so good. I'm excited about the balcony idea, and you know I'm going to be stealing that too. And just lots of inspiration to be taken from their space. Really good job, MPOPCORN. In 17th place with 42 likes was JojoGranger, and she created a really cute little simple Christmas area with lots of sitting around the tree and being super cozy. She created a place by the fire and a place so you can sit there and look at the tree, and I think it turned out really cute. Good job, Jojo. Out of my picks, the top one was Yumi, and she created this just amazing cave-like blue and wintry feeling space that I just think that turned out wonderful. I'm surprised she didn't get more likes on this. There was a lot to look at in her space. You can tell she took a lot of time on this, and it just turned out so good because you get to go up through the cave to the higher areas, to an ice area, and it's just really pretty and turned out so good, and I definitely think that she deserved to be in the top 20 with this. My second pick was Crisp, who did a Santa's workshop, and nobody had done that surprisingly. They created a lot of cool little areas for Santa's workshop, and I thought it was such a cool idea with a cool concept. They even have the little workshop area, and they made a sleigh up top, and they just added a lot to this to make it feel really magical, and it really does feel like Santa's workshop. And it's just incredible, and you know I like the stairs. I love it when people add to the stairs. I haven't spent enough coins to make stairs like that, but it's just so lovely, and this was also one I was surprised didn't make it by likes into the top 20, so that's why I chose it to be in my top 3 for the likes, and it just turned out really well. Unfortunately, my third pick never got back to me saying I could include their space in the video, so that's why it's not included. But I hope you guys liked seeing these top 20, and I definitely will be doing more design contests because this was so much fun seeing everybody's creativity and everybody did such a good job. Thank you all for watching.